Hey, welcome back to the Friday Funnies. You know, weird thing this week, just when you think things can't get any worse, they get worse. This week, on top of the COVID-19 pandemic, we had widespread looting and rioting in protest of George Floyd's death. This year is rapidly turning into a poop storm of epic proportions, and it'll be topped off by a presidential election between Tweedledee and Tweedledumbass, both of whom have questionable mental acuity. So let me remind you of a third option. That's right, I am running for president, and that's hashtag Dale for POTUS 2020. Because I am running because I have the ability to think and talk at the same time. These other candidates just spew out words and then they explain later what they meant after somebody else has told them what they meant. I mean, if I were in charge right now, you know what I'd do? I would allow looting and destruction of condemned buildings. That's right. This way, the protesters could vent their frustrations and we would save millions by not having to raise these old destroyed buildings. This is just one of the ideas that I have to make the world a better place and save the world. Unfortunately, saving the world was not on the mind of the chumbalones in this week's Funnies. You know, many of us during this time are getting used to working from home, but the Devil's Backbone Brewing Company has put out an offer to work outside. They're offering $20,000 to someone who will spend 7 months hiking the Appalachian Trail. And if that wasn't good enough, they're including all the gear that you need and an ample supply of beer. It's going to be stashed along the way. Now, this may sound like a dream job for some, but beware, my friends. I have actually hiked the Appalachian Trail. Matter of fact, this is the Appalachian Trail right here. I hiked all like 100 yards that you can see there. And I found it to be quite tiring, so I can just imagine what 2,200 miles of it would be like. That's like 10 miles every day while you're hungover from all of the beer that they gave you the night before. To me, this sounds like a new reality show waiting to happen. It's Hike and Hurl. Vermont State Police were on the lookout for a perpetrator of an unusual drive-by incident. An agency of transportation employee said that somebody drove by, threw something at him, hit him, and then drove away while he was working on US 7. The object, it was discovered, was a rather large pickle. Yeah, that's right, a pickle. With the help of neighboring police units, the pickle pelter was soon located and will appear in court to face assault charges. When asked why he threw a pickle at a state employee, the perp replied, "I didn't think it was such a big deal." Friday Funnies fan Richard Rosso sent us this story about international concerns. You may know that Pakistan and India are not really on the best of speaking terms, but this week the tension increased. A Pakistani villager has asked India for the return of his pigeon. His pigeon, Habibullah, that's the man's name. He owns about a dozen pigeons. He released them on Eid, the holiday, but since he lives close to the Pakistani-India border, one of the birds flew over, landed into India, where it was determined to be a spy. And what was it, this? A spy pigeon. Pakistan is irate over the suspected pigeon espionage and has demanded to have return of the pigeon. They have threatened India with pigeon revenge if the bird is not returned. And what is that? They're going to sneak across the border at night and poop on everybody's cars and statues. Power to the pigeon. That's it for another week, my friends. Please pass these pigeon funnies along to everybody you know. Stay safe. I'll see you next week.